Welcome back to the NSAA State Basketball Tournament on Ole Red. The Class B Championship has winded itself down to the final quarter. 8 minutes to play, 47-39. Skutt leading it over Norris. It has been Brock Scholl again, delivering when it matters most. Incredible 18-point game here. He had 2 points in the first quarter. In the next 2 quarters of the game, he scored 16 points. He had 28 against Crete, and he is a big reason as to why they beat Crete. If not the biggest reason why they beat Crete yesterday. He's probably the biggest reason so far today as to why they're beating Norris by 8 right now, as Norris starts with the ball to begin the quarter. Greenfield spinning inside, kicking in the left corner. Behrens for 3. No good. And the rebound to Skutt. They can take their time, and a 2-pointer would give them a double-digit lead for the first time today. Working around to Van Dyke, left side. Back over to Cannon. Good defense by Greenfield. Greenfield is now the defender on Cannon, but he jab steps Cannon. Pull-up jumper, mid-range shot. No good. Brock Scholl gets it back. He puts in the layup. Brock Scholl, another offensive rebound. Scholl 1 rebound away from a double-double. He's got 20. And here it's the biggest lead of the game. 3-pointer and a big 3-pointer right side by Boziger. Norris needs shots like those. Now it's defense. How do they stop Scholl, who actually does have a double-double with 20 and 10? And Skutt has it. Here's Scholl in the high post. Goes down low on Garner. Doubled up. Kicks it back out. Back over to Van Dyke. Top of the key. Pump fake. Puts up the free throw line jumper. It's good.
Yeah, he thought he got fouled on that, too. He got hit on the arm. He looked at the official. There was no call. Said, why not? If you're not going to call it and I'm left wide open, he pulled it from the line.
Here is a 9-point lead for Omaha Skutt. Minute and a half into the fourth. Behrens, top of the key. Behrens is not having the best game today. Greenfield in the left corner, and the Skutt fans are making him hear it, or hear about it. Here's Greenfield posting up, puts up the nice left-handed floater, and it goes in. One thing you know in this one, no matter how many points Skutt scores, Norris will not go away without a big fight here. 51-44, 6 minutes to play in the fourth, and it's Brock Scholl who has the ball. Guarded by Chris Garner. Here's Kyle Cannon now. Gets a screen, drives it on his left. Step back, kicks it over to the right now. Left side again, Van Dyke gets it to Brock Scholl. Pump fake, gives it over to O'Darty. Gets a screen from Scholl. O'Darty to the rim. Kicks it to the left side. Van Dyke, wide open 3. He hits it. Skutt cannot miss. 70% from the field in the second half overall, and it's a 10-point Skutt lead, 54-44. Van Dyke, 10 points. O'Darty, 12. 20 for Scholl. Greenfield in the post. Back out to Garner, top of the key. Dribble move inside on Scholl. Garner puts up the shot, and he's fouled by Scholl. 2 free throws coming up here for Chris Garner. Jake, this needs to this needs to be maybe the way that Norris gets themselves back in this game. If they can put Scholl in foul trouble. I mean, does only have 1 personal foul.
Yeah, I don't know what you do with Scholl right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
You've tried everything, and he's still gotten the job done. I mean, the one thing you could do is you could maybe go to Hansmeyer off the bench. I mean, get somebody that's more his size, a little physical out there. Problem is, then if Skutt wants to get out and run, you worry about not having enough guys out there that have the tempo.
First free throw from Garner is good. Tallest player on the team at 6'5" is Hansmeyer. Like Jake said, 2 guys 6'8" on the team for Skutt, and they're both in the starting lineup. 5:25 to go in the second half. Kyle Cannon has it stripped out of his hands and stolen by Greenfield after 2 free throws made by Garner. 8-point game. Garner down in the post. Kicks it back out to Greenfield, right side. Could this be the way? Greenfield pump fakes, drives it on Cannon. Fade away jumper, tough shot, no good. Greenfield got his own board, and he is fouled and 1. Kyle Cannon fouls him. His 3rd personal. Greenfield with a big and 1 on his own offensive rebound. And this game is not done yet, no matter how well Brock Scholl is playing.
Evan Greenfield has come on in the second half of the season. I mean, we've said that. He's gone from, everybody talked about him before the season. Finally got his shot to start against Beatrice earlier this year. Went off in that game and showed up when Norris needed him most down the stretch. And now he's showing up big here in the late stages of the state final.
Free throw made, 11 for Greenfield, 12 for Boziger, 10 for Garner. Those are the leaders, the 3-headed monster for Norris usually on the season so far. Cannon now, guarded by Greenfield tightly. Cannon gets past Greenfield, kicks it back out. Big 3 O'Darty, top of the key. Won't go. Rebound by Scholl underneath. And we're going to get a reach and foul on the floor on Bornschlegel. I don't know what you could do. 11 rebounds on the game for Brock Scholl. And I'm not kidding. Me and Jake are not kidding when we say this, all of you listening at home. Norris has tried everything to stop him.
They've had, and look, I mean, this is, maybe you have to weather it a little bit, and that's what the game plan was, but he has not slowed down. Chris Garner Jr. is doing the best he can.
Van Dyke, left corner, O'Doherty, open three-pointer. No good. Rebound, Alex Small of Norris. 5 offensive rebounds for Scholl in the game, by the way.
Get a bucket here, get it to 1 score down the stretch.
Alex Small, 4:25 to go in the fourth, 54-49. Skutt leads it, driving it inside. Boziger fouled and almost converted the and one. No good on the shot. Foul is going to go on O'Doherty. That's his 4th personal. That is foul trouble now for Skutt. They got multiple players in foul trouble. Zeeble in foul trouble with 3. Cannon and Van Dyke with 3 as well. And now 4 for O'Doherty. Meanwhile, Norris has no player above 3 fouls in the game. Boziger's first free throw here. Rattles in. Well, Jake, Norris has somehow kept themselves in this game. It's the way that Brock Scholl's been playing. It's just hard to fathom that Norris can make it a 1-score game with this free throw for Boziger.
Boziger makes it there right in it.
He hits it. 54-51. Norris fans rising to their feet. The Norris team rising to the occasion. And Skutt calls a timeout. Welcome to the state championship game. No team goes away without a fight. And Jimmy Moats' squad has fought back from down 10. It's 54-51. Skutt leads it over Norris. 4:14 to go in the championship game. We'll be back after this on All Red. Welcome back to the Class B championship in the NSAA state basketball tournament. Number 4 Skutt Catholic trying to pull off a shocker over number 2 Norris. 54-51. They lead it with 4:14 to go in the fourth quarter. What a fight back from Norris, Jake. They were down by 10 points just about 2 minutes or so ago, and now Norris is on a 7-0 run in the last minute 15 to bring it back within 3.
Yeah, you know, our own Kyle Kanoki just sat down next to me and was saying, I was trying to tell you guys, if they're shooting 78%, they're going to weather it, and Norris is going to come back and make it a game. He was right. He was right.
Well, Kyle Kanoki being right, what's new? A tradition unlike any other. Well, here's the inbound now, and it's O'Doherty bringing it ahead. 4:10 to go in the fourth. Fans on their feet here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Brock Scholl has the ball. Kicks it around. Stolen Greenfield. Jumps the pass. Evan Greenfield, coast to coast. Lays it in. 1-point game. Do not clean your ears. You are really hearing that correctly. And it's nearly stolen by Norris. But we get a foul. The ball was almost stolen by Bornschlegel. And Van Dyke gets fouled on the reach by Garner Jr. That's going to be Garner's 3rd personal foul. And the Norris fans, loudest boos I've heard all night. As Skutt has the ball here. 3 personal fouls on Omaha Skutt, 2 on Norris. Under 4 to play in the fourth.
That was just a bad call. That was just a terror. Yeah, that was
Brock Scholl inside. Oh, he gets to the rim.
And he traveled, but that's okay.
Gets to the rim and finishes with the layup. Another missed call that favors Skutt Catholic. 3-point Skutt lead. Greenfield had the ball stripped. Diving on the ground is O'Doherty. Skutt gets a steal. Big mistake by Norris down the stretch. Here's Kyle Cannon now. Who's going to take the big shot here? O'Doherty to the left now. And it's to Linderman. Dumping it off for Cannon. Gets to the basket. Has to dribble it back out. Kicks it to Linderman. Across for O'Doherty. Right corner. Van Dyke. Wide open 3. Bang! And Van Dyke with the most clutch shot of the game so far. 6-point lead for Skutt. Biggest 3-point swing of the game off the steal and the 3-point basket. Greenfield now. Dumps it off. Boziger. Step back. Has to settle down here. Under 3 to play in the fourth. Garner finds the cutter underneath. It's Alex Small. Doesn't take the shot. And the pass out of the reach of Greenfield. A turnover. A turnover by Norris. Alex Small didn't take the open layup underneath. And it's a big, big mistake for Norris. 2 massive mistakes here in the last 30 seconds or so. Last mistake led to 3 points. Can Skutt capitalize on this mistake? As it's O'Doherty who has it. 5 for 7 in the last 7 field goal attempts for Skutt. 4 for 5 in the last 5 field goals attempts for Norris. Here's O'Doherty. Back up to the top for Cannon. Kyle Cannon. Near the state of Kansas, if you're looking at the Nebraska court. Cannon goes inside, drives it, and is fouled on the ground. It's going to go on Boziger, I think.
You know, Kyle, It's interesting.
I think it's going to go on Greenfield, sorry.
It's interesting. This is Skutt's 3rd trip to the line. They have not been there much. Oh, they're not going to.
Okay.
Well, still, when they get to the line, if Norris has to foul, they haven't been there much. They're 1 of 4.
Van Dyke looking for Scholl, gets it in the corner. Cannon, big three-pointer on the way. No good. It was almost like a pass as Brock Scholl grabs the board. Van Dyke now drives it inside, and wow, good has he been as he hits the layup. Skutt back up by 8. They came through when it mattered most. 7-0 run for the Skyhawks. 2 minutes to play in the 4th. Norris needs a huge shot here. Boziger spinning inside, fadeaway, tough shot, short. Van Dyke gets the rebound. He's been automatic. Up ahead comes the shot by Scholl, who's fouled, looking for the dunk. Scholl is upset. Don't know really what he can be upset about today. He has 22 points and 12 rebounds. He's been an absolute beast, but I think he got fouled hard.
Yeah, I don't think he likes the way he fouled. He got up kind of angrily, too.
Yeah, he was actually walking over to Bornschlegel, too, and then he kind of stared him down for a minute there. The emotions of a state championship game getting to these two teams, but Skutt Catholic looking like they have a chance to seal the deal very, very soon here. With 1:56 to go in the 4th, they lead by 8. 2 free throws here for Brock Scholl. First one, no good. First one, no good. And like Jake said earlier, Omaha Skutt has only been to the line before that 3 times. This is their 4th and 5th free throws here of the game. They're 1 for 5 from the line. Looking to try to make it at least 2 for 6 as Scholl's shot is no good. Rebound by Greenfield. Norris needs a shot here. Greenfield left side bringing it up quickly. Scoring drought of over 2 minutes for the Titans. Folkerts to Greenfield left side. They're running out of time here. Greenfield to the left corner for Garner. Dribble move inside. Garner going to the rim. Fouled inside on Linderman. Garner will go to the line for 2 shots here. Foul trouble for both teams. 3 for Zeeble, Van Dyke, and Cannon. 4 for O'Doherty of Omaha Skutt. And then for Norris, 3 fouls for Greenfield, Garner, and Boziger. And Garner goes to the line for 2 free throws here. 2 for 2 from the line today. First one here, they need these. Oh, it's no good. It's no good on the first free throw. Hey, stay tuned for our Pain of the Game, brought to you by Husker Rehab in Fairbury, Beatrice, Lincoln, and Nebraska City. 1:38 to go in the 4th. 61-53, Omaha Skutt leads it over Norris. And the free throw will not fall. 0 for 2 from the line for Garner. When they needed it, he couldn't hit it. Linderman now kicks it back up top to O'Doherty. No rush for Skutt. Now does Norris foul? I don't think they do. Here's Kyle Cannon near the half-court line. Dribble move. Gets by Folkerts. Cannon to the rim. Layup and 1. Kyle Cannon screaming, shouting and 1. Flexing his muscles. That right there might be the dagger. Might win the state title for Skutt Catholic. The champions might defend their throne as it's a 10-point lead for Skutt with 1:19 to go in the 4th. Kyle Cannon didn't have the best game up to his standards yesterday against Crete. Only had 9 points. Well, he could possibly get 9 if he hits this free throw, and he's been big with these shots in the second half. Kyle Cannon with an incredible performance. 6 points here in the second half, looking for a 7th. And he hits it. 11-point Skutt lead. Norris needs a 3 quickly. Alex Small, 1:15 to go. Greenfield, top of the key. Dribbles inside. Jumps it off for Garner. Floater, got it. Timeout quickly by Norris. Jimmy Motes calls it. 1:08 to go in the 4th. Skutt leads it by 9, 64-55 over Norris off of some clutch shots. 4 of the last 5 shots for Skutt have been made. We'll be back after this for an uninterrupted finish of the 4th quarter after this message on Ole Red. Welcome back to the NSAA State Basketball Tournament on Ole Red. 1:08 to go in the 4th quarter of the Class B State Championship game. Omaha Skutt, the champions last year They've won 2 in the last 5 years, and they lead it 64-55 over Norris. Norris will have, I believe, a possession. Well, actually, they scored on the last possession. 5 of their last 7 have been made. Inbound here for Skutt. Full court press being applied by the Titans. They get it in, though, to Kyle Cannon. Cannon dribbling it up quickly. Now, when do they decide to foul? As Cannon brings it ahead, splits the defense, kicks it in the corner to Linderman. Back up top, it's O'Darty. Now, O'Darty's fouled by Alex Small. That'll be his first personal foul. And how many fouls we got here? I think that'll send Skutt to the line for the bonus.
I think the remainder.
Oof. They're going to have to hope for some missed free throws, something Skutt doesn't do very often. But surprisingly, on the season, they've been really good from the free throw line. Today, though, they've had it rough. 28% from the line, 2 for 7. So first shot here for O'Darty, knocks it down. Well, this is our last broadcast on All Red of the high school basketball season. Incredible season all around. So glad we were able to cover Crete and Norris this season as far as we were able to. O'Darty hits the second free throw. 2 for 2 from the line. Less than a minute to go in the fourth. Skutt on the verge. 11-point lead. Here's Greenfield. Getting it over. Boziger, deep three-pointer. No good. Garner grabs the board in the left corner. Puts up a deep 3, left corner. Got it. Timeout, Jimmy Motes again. And it's 66-58. Skutt leads it after the three-pointer by Garner, who now has 15 points. Let's take a look really quickly at the stats for these two teams. Leading scorers for both teams: for Norris, 15 for Chris Garner, 14 for Barrett Boziger, 13 for Evan Greenfield, the three-headed giant, like we said. Yep. And then for Omaha Skutt, 22 from Brock Scholl, 15 points coming from Dylan Van Dyke, 14 for Will O'Darty. And it's a 66-58 lead for Skutt over Norris. 57% from the field for Skutt, 44% from the three-point line, 44% from the free throw line. And then for Norris, 43% from the field, 38% from 3, 79% from the free throw line. All I got to say is that Norris playing very good basketball. Skutt has played incredible basketball. Yeah,
I mean, Skutt's a good team. Every year they're going to have good athletes, year in and year out. And we knew the challenge coming in, and how big was the height advantage, and how big was Brock Scholl's impact going to be against Norris, and the answer was pretty big, and he's having himself a double-double day.
Brock Scholl gets the inbound, doubled up, ball's nearly stolen by Greenfield. Kyle Cannon dribbling it ahead, almost lost the handles, gets it back, and he's fouled by Alex Small, which is his second personal. So Kyle Cannon goes to the line for 2 more shots, 1 for 2 on the game for him from the free throw line. 35.6 seconds to go in the fourth, so about 9 seconds or so off the clock there on that inbound. Nobody on Skutt Catholic to try to get the rebound off of these free throws. First one for Cannon is good. They're all standing at the half-court line, waiting to play defense. Norris with an incredible season. First time making it to the state title game in over 20 seasons when they last won it in 02-03. But they ran into a great Skutt team as the second free throw goes in for Cannon. 68-58. Skutt leads by 10, 33 seconds to go. Greenfield bringing it up the court. Drives on his right. They need a three-pointer. Finds Folkerts. Left side three-pointer. On the way. Yes! One more timeout for Jimmy Motes. He'll use it after that 3. 7-point game now in favor of Skutt. 68-61. And Norris starting to get their three-point percentage up here with these shots. First it was Garner making a three-pointer. Then Skutt made some free throws. Then it was a big shot by Folkerts who made the free throw. Here's the thing, Jake. With Norris, like we said earlier on in the broadcast, they have one senior who doesn't really play that much unless it's a blowout. This team is just dominated by juniors, sophomores, and one specific freshman who has taken the state by storm so far in Class B, Evan Greenfield. This team is going to be good for years to come. But if Omaha Skutt continues to stand in the way of teams like Norris, teams like Crete, it's going to be hard to get through them. And they've proven that here in this year's state tournament.
Yeah, I mean, they prove it in a lot of stuff. I mean, look at volleyball. They've won double-digit state titles consecutively. The gold standard in Class B is, and probably for a long time will be, Skutt. unless they sometime make the jump to Class A.
Well, Norris has to hope for a steal on the inbound or some missed free throws. 3 players in the backcourt, 1 in the front court for Skutt. They try to inbound the ball here with Van Dyke. Gets it over to Kyle Cannon. He's fouled quickly by McCoy Folkerts, his second personal. And now it's the game of cat and mouse. How many free throws can Skutt miss, if any? They haven't missed any at this point when Norris has fouled them late. 23.4 seconds to go in the fourth. 68-61, Skutt Catholic leads it over Norris. A team in Skutt that averages nearly 70 points per game. First shot good from the line for Cannon. Well, if it stays the same way as it is, it'll be 12 straight losses to Skutt Catholic for the Norris Titans, dating back to the 2014-15 season. Cannon goes 2 for 2. Greenfield letting the ball roll on the ground, picks it up, 20 seconds to go, dribbles it on his right, finds Folkerts, half-court shot by Folkerts, no good. Rebounded by Greenfield, though. Kicks it out to Boziger. Puts up a tough left side three-pointer. No good. Rebound by Garner. Comes out to the right side. Puts up a 3. Short. Greenfield. Reverse layup good with 5 seconds to go. They're not stopping the clock. And that's it. Back-to-back champions for Skutt Catholic. They didn't know if they could do it back-to-back. They came in as the 4 seed. And they win it again. How familiar is it that they're diving at midcourt and dogpiling onto one another? They did it last year, and they do it again. The Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks are once again back-to-back state champions in Class B. And Kyle Cannon, Dylan Van Dyke come over to the scorer's table and cheer on with the Skutt fans. And Norris, trying to win their first state title in 21 seasons, fall just short of the big one. Skutt wins at 70-63. We'll have our post-game show after this and the Class B state championship. Once again, Skutt are the defending state champions back-to-back, 70-63 over Norris in the state championship. We'll be back for our post-game right after this on All Red.